Okay, goodbye, Whiscash. Alright. This is Pokemon Sapphire, except a few things are not quite right. And by a few things, I mean everything. Everything is randomized, including all wild and trainer Pokemon, their level up movesets, and their abilities. TMs are also randomized, and each Pokemon has a 50-50 chance to be able to learn any given TM. HMs can be learned by any Pokemon, just as a quality of life improvement. Overworld items are also randomized, but items required for story progression are not. Stats and types are also not randomized. We're also playing with hardcore Nuzlocke rules, which boils down to the following. We can only capture and use the first encounter from each route. Once a Pokemon is knocked out, we can't use it anymore for the rest of the run, and if we wipe, the run is over. No using items in battle, but held items are fine, and no overleveling past the next boss fight. There are variations on Nuzlocke rules, but these are the rules I'll be following for this run. Now that that's out the way, let's hop out the truck and get some fresh air. Normally there's a potion waiting in our PC for us, but now it's a Safari Ball. Not a bad first item. We head north of Littleroot Town to find Professor Birch being chased by a Poochyena, so we look inside the bag to see what our starter options are. Okay, so we got Quilava, Metang, Articuno, oh my god. We go with Articuno. Now, I really love Articuno, and at this point I'm wondering if the run will be too easy. But I don't know what's coming up later, so I just decided to roll with it. Articuno's moveset looks pretty good. We have Outrage and Leech Seed, which are definitely going to be our main moves. Sand 2 might be useful, and Pound is just, well, Pound. I asked chat for a nickname for Articuno, and someone said IDK, so that's exactly what I named it. We head north to train a little bit in the wild grass as we look for May to have our first of several rival battles in this run. At this point I don't have Pokeballs yet, so the Nuzlocke hasn't officially started. So while I can't capture this Latias, we haven't missed out on an encounter for Route 103. I actually thought I could have lost the Articuno here, but Outrage quickly one-shot the Latias. We begin our battle with May, which reveals she chose Quilava out of Professor Birch's bag. She will still have this Quilava in future battles, if we make it that far that is. It takes 2 Outrages to knock it out, and I'm starting to see that this run won't be the sweep I thought it was gonna be, which is good, cause what fun would it be if I just swept through everything. We now have access to Pokeballs, so the Nuzlocke officially begins. Our Route 101 encounter is a Growlithe named BRB, and our Route 103 is not the Latias we saw earlier, but an Apom named LOL. Growlithe has Tail Glow, which is an excellent move that raises special attack, but not amazing on a physical attacker like Growlithe, who also has Pound, Slam, and Uproar, which are all physical moves. Evolution methods are still the same, so I'm hoping we randomly come across a Firestone soon. Apom's moveset is okay, it has Egg Bomb and Mega Punch, both of which are risky but powerful. Barrier may also come in handy, and Vital Throw gives us a little more coverage. We head west of Oldale Town to Route 102 and capture a Carvanha named OMG. Sharpedo Speed will be super helpful, especially in the late game. For now though, we battle some trainers on the route to get some XP. Is that the only, thing? Oh, because God hates me, the second trainer of the entire run has a Regice. After chipping away with IDK the Articuno, I bring in BRB the Growlithe, who, despite getting paralyzed, gets the job done. Our first surprise hurdle was relatively easy, but it's only been 3 minutes, we still have a whole run for things to go wrong. We make it to Petalburg City and help Wally catch his Ralts, which isn't randomized. Yet. And we head west to Route 104 where we capture a Dunsparce named WTH. We battle some more trainers on the sandy shores of this route to gain some XP. Oh my shit. Well, our first loss. OMG the Carvanha has died, which means we can't use it anymore for the rest of the run. We deposit it in our PC box named Dead so we can sleep in peace. I wasn't expecting it dead so early, but there's much more run to come, hopefully. So we pay our respects and move on. Our Petalburg Woods encounter is a Doduo named IRL, which also has Tail Glow and physical moves, so not the best combination, but we can make it work. Like I said earlier, all TMs are randomized, so this person, who would normally give us TM09 Bullet Seed, gives us TM09 Outrage. TMs are still single use only though, so while this is an incredible find, I don't know who I'll teach it to yet. Articuno already knows Outrage, so I think we'll save this TM for now. We begin the first double battle of the run on the north side of Route 104. I guess I didn't have to battle them, but... Well, shit. So right off the bat, Salamance's Intimidate lowers our attack stat, but since BRB the Growlithe has Tail Glow and Dragon Breath, it shouldn't really matter. BRB sets up and one-shots the Salamence, which genuinely surprised me. After winning that battle, we grab the berries just south of Rustboro. Since we can't use items like potions in battle, we're gonna need a lot of berries so we can really take advantage of held items. We speed through Rustboro to get another encounter on Route 116, which turns out to be Absol. Maybe a Thunder Punch won't kill it though? Okay, it did. Alright, no encounter for Route 116. No matter how randomized the game might be, the regular RNG will always be the worst part of it. Now we don't need to battle unnecessary trainers, but it's a randomizer, so I thought it'd be interesting to see what kind of Pokemon they have. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh, please don't Steel Wing. Oh god. I played recklessly and I paid greatly for it, but on the plus side it means we get the chance to explore more team building options. Our Rust Turf Tunnel encounter is a Natu named Nato with amazing special moves, and with that we're ready to fight Roxanne. Now each gym is still type themed, so while the Pokemon they use will be random, they'll all still be of the same type. In retrospect, this made them a little easier, so for future runs I'll probably randomize the gyms further so they aren't type themed. Roxanne sends out the bulky Tropius, which means she's either a grass trainer or a flying trainer. WTH the Dunsparce one-shots it with the Stab Double Edge. Stab means same type attack bonus, or boost by the way. So normal type moves do more damage if a normal type Pokemon uses them. Roxanne then sends out Altaria, which is something I definitely didn't want to see so early in the run, but LOL the Aipom narrowly gets off a 5-hit Rock Blast to take out Altaria right away, and with that we win our first gym badge. Roxanne gives us TM39, which is usually Rock Tomb, but for us, it's Spit Up. I'm probably not going to be using this TM at all, even if we do get Stockpile. We head back to Rust Turf Tunnel and save Pico the Wingull from Team Aqua Grunt. Then we head back to Rustboro to get HMO1 cut. I decide to put IDK the Articuno back in my party and use it only for HMs. We won't be using it in battle since it's dead according to Nuzlocke rules, and I didn't want anything else to learn HMs yet. So throughout the run, you're gonna see Articuno in my party and being used for HMs, but just remember that we're not using it in battle anymore. We sail with Mr. Bryony and Pico down to Dewford Town where we get the Old Rod, something that'll allow us to get more encounters earlier by fishing, so we don't have to wait until we get surfed to get water encounters. After forgetting where all the routes are, we fish on Dewford Town and encounter a Blossom named HUD. We also encounter a Seaking named H2O on Route 106 north of Dewford. Ruined! Oh my god. Blossom will not be joining our party since it has Slacking's ability, Truant, that only lets it attack every other turn, so we train our Pokemon up some more on some random trainers. Mawile explodes and we sadly lose WTH the Dunsparce. Stab Double Edge was hard hitting, so this was definitely a tough loss. Our Granite Cave encounter is a Tropius named MIA, who, as I said earlier, is really bulky, so this is definitely a great addition to the team. Even better, it has Facade, Mind Reader, and Mega Kick. Facade will do more damage when MIA the Tropius has a status condition, and Mind Reader will make sure that the super powerful but inaccurate Mega Kick always hits. We're ready for the second gym leader fight, so we challenge Brawly and he sends out a Cacturne, the same Pokemon that knocked out OMG the Carvanha with a single Hyper Voice earlier. However, this time BRB the Growlithe has the ability Soundproof, which blocks sound-based moves like Hyper Voice. 2 Dragon Breaths are enough to defeat Cacturne and Brawly sends out Mightyena. After some back and forth, H2O the Seaking is able to take out Mightyena, winning us the second gym badge and TM08 Roar. We make our way through Granite Cave and deliver the letter to Steven, who gives us TM47 Psycho Boost instead of Steel Wing. We have some great special TMs to keep in the back of our mind. We sail with Mr. Briny once again and make way for Slateport, which opens up a few more encounters for us, but first I battle some trainers on the beach. It was the perfect chance to test out MIA the Tropius and her high-powered facade. We get the Soda Pop, which, remember, we can't use in battle, and encounter a Krabby on Route 109, which we nickname IRS. We head north to fish for our Slateport City encounter. Let me not type nothing yet, though. Oh, yes! Oh, yes. Wow, the Gyarados is probably one of the best non-legendary encounters we could get. It has a very high attack stat, along with Gust, which, although low in power, can do some great damage with the Shark Beak item and Stab. Also, we'll get Fly later in the run, which is gonna do much more damage, if we make it that far. We head to the museum and get TM46 Iron Tail from this Team Aqua Grunt. Upstairs, we quickly dispose of 2 other Team Aqua Grunts and head north to Route 110 to get another encounter, which turns out to be an Electrike named TNA. TNA has a really good moveset, including Crunch, which is a special move in this generation, and Stab Thunder. Now for the fight that strikes fear into any Gen 3 runner's heart, Rival 2. First, May sends out Winkle, but IRS the Krabby makes quick work of her with this physical Shadow Ball. As I mentioned earlier, May retains her Quilava, but now I notice that Quilava has the speed boost ability, so MIA the Tropius quickly crits her with a Facade before she becomes more trouble. Next up was Dustox, which BRB the Growlithe was easily able to take care of with a Heat Wave, winning us the battle. We trek through the route and fight some more trainers along the way. It's always interesting to see Pokemon with stab moves in a randomizer, like this Croconaw with Bubble Beam, or this Chikorita with Leaf Blade. Leaf Blade, so Croconaw has stab, Chikorita has stab move? Yo! No! Oh my god, we lost. Krabby was gonna be OP. It had a spell tag, Shadow Ball. Damn it. That's a tough loss. I had really high hopes for Krabby. It had a great attack stat and good coverage moves like Shadow Ball. We send out Nato the Natsu to finish up this battle and move on to Mauville, where we deposit IRS in the dead box. And because I'm an idiot, I completely forgot that Blossom had Truant and was basically useless, so I added it to my party. Wally challenges us to a battle, but instead of Ralts, he now has a Metang, which, if you remember, was the 3rd unpicked starter from the bag at the beginning. I'm not sure if the randomizer gave Wally the 3rd starter since he's technically another rival, but Nato the Natsu knocks out Metang with a Flame Wheel. We enter the 3rd gym and battle some trainers. Damn, one more? Well, H2O the Seeking takes out Regiites with a Signal Beam, so we continue to the next gym trainer. What the f- H2O the Seeking takes out another Regiite, so we can finally leave the gym, deposit HUD the Blossom again because I remembered to have Truant, and heal up before the battle with Watson. I switch healing the PC instead of healing normally so I can keep the paralysis on MIA the Tropius, which lets Facade do double damage. As long as I remember to heal Facade's PP with Lepa Berries, we'll be fine. We head back over to Watson and start our 3rd gym battle. Watson begins with the Piloswine, meaning his team is either ground or ice. Piloswine is bulky, but eventually goes down to Nato the Natsu's Flame Wheel. Watson then sends out the even bulkier Lapras, meaning his team is ice. I pray for good RNG as I attempt to Sleep Powder and Thunder back to back. We get the Sleep Powder off, but... oh my goodness, bro. No! You eat those? Oh. No. Nato the Natsu had a very high special attack stat and great special moves, but we'll never get to see what it could have been. Mourning that loss, I decide to go big or go home and send out MIA the Tropius to Facade, but... oh no! Yep, I forgot to restore Facade's PP. I scramble quickly to think of a new plan and send out H2O the Seeking, which is when this person named I Hope the Nuzlocke Ends followed me on Twitch. That explains why Nato the Natsu went down. They prayed on my downfall and they won. H2O the Seeking gets some damage off and I switch into BRB the Growlithe, who immediately gets paralyzed from a Spark and then gets crit, so I have to switch into TNA the Electrike. It's super close and Lapras can easily sweep me, but we manage to squeeze by and take it out. Last out is Snorunt and TNA is easily able to crunch it to death, winning us our 3rd gym badge and TM34 Poison Fang instead of Shockwave. We placed Nato the Natu, who had so much potential, in her final resting place. And then we talked to my favorite NPC in all of Pokemon. Y'all know about the Bard, bro. We head west of Mauville to Route 117, where there are tons of trainers for us to potentially lose more team members to. So I just grabbed my encounter, Fanpy, nickname it to PLE, and see what the trainers on this route have to offer. And Joe. Alright. TNA the Electrek surprisingly takes out the Mewtwo with 2 crunches. I then remember we need to get the HM for Rock Smash and the Mach Bike, the superior bike. With Rock Smash, we can break the rocks and Rust Turf Tunnel to get the HM for Strength. Strength. An extremely reliable 80 power, 100 accuracy, normal physical move. After the Facade debacle, I decided to just teach Strength to MIA the Tropius, and with WoW the Gyarados' very high attack stat, I teach Strength to him as well. BRB the Growlithe has all special moves and Tail Glow, which raises its special attack, but Growlithe is a physical attacker, so I teach her Strength as well so it can make the most of that stat. We then move on to some other random trainers. We come across a daunting Gengar, but TNA the Electrek is proving her worth and crunches it to oblivion. TNA then evolves into Manectric, solidifying its place in our mid-game team. We head north of Mauville to Route 111, where we encounter a Charmander named CIA. Starters are always fun to use, especially in a region different from their original. I decided to see what else was on the encounter table for this route, and it was Marshtomp, Groudon, Torchic, and Deoxys. 2 starters and 2 legendaries. Never change, randomizer tool, never change. We then head into Fiery Path for our next encounter. Yes! Oh, is it gonna flee though? Latias did not flee, and we were able to capture it and nickname it LAX. We continue north into the ashy Route 113, where we encounter an Ekans named EKG. We also pick up a Bright Powder. I haven't really mentioned held items much, but we have picked up several items that could cause the enemy Pokemon to flinch or miss, like the King's Rock. Throughout the run, I've been rotating these items throughout my team, along with citrus berries. We head into Fall Arbor Town, where we get TM28 Dig and TM05 Triple Kick instead of Roar. If you're eagle-eyed, you may have noticed that Dig was not randomized. That's because it's a field move, so similar to an HM in that regard, but not required to complete the story. We also capture Vigoroth as our Route 114 encounter and nickname it JFK. One thing I haven't really touched on yet is level caps. We can't surpass the level of the ace Pokemon in the next boss fight. Our next boss fight is Archie at Mount Chimney, which means our current level cap is 25. Watson, the previous boss fight, was level 24, and there are a lot of battles in between those 2 bosses. Since my current team hit level 25 way before it was time to battle Archie, I swapped out some of my team members with our recent captures to both test out how well they fared in battle and to give our current team a break before the next boss fight without overleveling them. So I decided to add to the team LAX the Latias, EKG the Arbok, and CIA the Charmeleon to give them the chance to shine. Arbok is dead. Well, so much for that plan. LAX the Latias can probably carry for the time being until we can use our regular team again. I also add JFK the Vigoroth to the team. It knows Egg Bomb, which again is inconsistent but powerful when it hits. We head into Meteor Falls to get another encounter. Sold the upgrade, I guess. Well, I guess my luck is turning around. Even though I had already used Articuno and Latias at this point, I decided using Mewtwo would be a little overkill. Next run, I'm definitely disabling legendaries. It just makes it too easy, even though I lost my Articuno, but let's not worry about that. We name it PayPV and store it in the box in case it ends up having a niche use later on. We get one more encounter right outside Meteor Falls on Route 115, north of Rustboro, which turns out to be a Gulpin named GMA. We also found the Scope Lens, which we actually could have gotten earlier, but we missed it. We head east of Rustboro again to take the Rust Turf Tunnel shortcut back to the Verdant Turf Mauville area so we can head north to Mount Chimney and challenge Team Aqua leader Archie. First though comes Aqua admin Matt, who immediately sends out a Zapdos. However, JFK the Vigoroth's Egg Bomb landed and took it out. We quickly move on to Archie, or Boss Jonathan as the randomizer calls him, which is funny because that's my name. So-called Boss Jonathan was no match for WoW the Gyarados, who quickly disposed of Skiploom, Cacnea, and Parasect. We head down to Jagged Pass and encounter Sableye, which we name Spa. We head into Lava Ridge Town and receive the Why Not egg. Leave a comment on what you think this Why Not egg is actually going to be, because it's hatching in about 3 seconds. Was it worth it? You did not guess Relicanth. Stop lying in my comment section. We nickname Relicanth RRR and head to the Lava Ridge Gym. Calling upon my childhood brain and muscle memory, we navigate carefully and make it to Flannery. She starts off with a Primeape and we lead with JFK the Vigoroth. Egg Bomb does good damage and we send out BRB, still a Growlithe, to tank a Fire Blast and finish it off with an Aerial Ace. Next out is Tyrogue, which also goes down to another Aerial Ace. Just when I thought it was going really well, out comes Blaziken, who gets off a really strong Hyper Fang, forcing us to switch to MIA the Tropius. Doom Desire hits us hard though, so I have to switch into H2O the Seaking. Blaziken fully heals with a Hyper Potion, but H2O's Poison Tail gets off a Poison, so we switch into TNA, who Luster Purges Blaziken into Oblivion, winning us the 4th Gym Badge and TM50 Rage instead of Overheat. We head into the desert of Route 111 where we find a Bagon named Bag and a Root Fossil. We take the Root Fossil to Rustburrow to revive it, and of course it turns out to be a Barboach named BBB. We return to more familiar grounds in Petalburg City to challenge the 5th gym leader, our father. But first, since we have a fishing rod, we can get our Petalburg City encounter. We name the Groudon GMM, box it, and challenge Norman, who starts off with a Ledian. WoW the Gyarados one-shots Ledian with a Gust, and next comes Spinarak. Norman is usually tough, but this was a pushover. Last out is Beedrill, and we officially earned our 5th gym badge along with TM42 Razor Wind. We head next door to finally get HM03's Surf, which is definitely not a bribe by the way. With Surf, we're able to take the shortcut at Route 103 north of Oldale Town to get to the Mauville area. There we find Watson, who gives us the basement key to New Mauville, where we capture Dot the Doug Trio. We head east of Mauville to Route 118, where the map really starts to open up, meaning we get many new encounters, the first of which is KLK the Kecleon. There's also many new trainers to face, now at much higher levels than before. Oh my god. What a horrible way to lose them on. And that, I was trying to avoid this trainer as well. Damn. That is unlucky. Literally a 1 in 4 chance. H2O was a solid Pokemon, so this loss would take some thinking to adjust to. I decided to rename IDK the Articuno to HM only, just as a reminder that I can't use it in battle. We head further east into Route 123 and steal all the berries from the Berry Master. Remember, held items are important in a hardcore Nuzlocke. We navigate the very tall grass on Route 119 and encounter an Aerodactyl named LGA. Much like Gyarados, Aerodactyl also has a very high attack stat. And much like I did with Gyarados, I teach Strength. We may not have much special attack variety in our team right now, but the Pokemon we do have hit very hard. We trek towards Fortree City, but first we have to stop Team Aqua from taking over the Weather Institute. Aqua Adamant Shelly was a pushover with an Armaldo that goes down quickly and a Fortress which would have been very bad had we not had a fire type move. I received the gift cast form, which turns out to be a Raikou. Small problem though, the Met location isn't actually Weather Institute, it's Route 118. And since Aerodactyl was already our Route 118 encounter, we can't use this Raikou. I had completely forgotten about cast form and didn't remember that it would have been our Route 118 encounter. So we deposit Raikou in the dead box. Before we can enter Fortree City, we have to battle May once more, but her Trapinch and Snubbull were no match for BBB the Whiscash. Her Quilava, however, is now a Typhlosion for some reason, which is weird because it hasn't reached level 36 yet. We take it out with a Bone Club and finally get HM Fly, which I immediately teach to Gyarados. Not gonna lie, at this point I remembered Fly was only 70 power in this generation. Its 95 accuracy can be a little annoying, but it'll still be our main move for Gyarados. We finally reach Fortree City, and it's a good time to stock up on some items. Remember, we can only use these items outside of battle. We head east to get the Devon Scope from Steven and battle the invisible Crobat. Crobat is of course very fast and might be able to get us out of some tight situations, so we nickname it MLB and move on to the Fortree Gym. We take on the first mandatory trainer here, who sends out an Arcanine, which is hitting us hard and not getting hit hard enough by us, even with MIA the Tropius. I swap in a Gyarados to see what our brand new move can do, and it obliterates Arcanine. We also battle a trainer with an Entei, but TNA the Manectric easily chomps away at it. We navigate the gym and another Entei for some reason, but we finally make it to Winona, who's looking like she's gonna be a fire type trainer. BBB the Whiscash knocks out her Magmar, Numel, and Typhlosion with Bone Club. Last out is Houndour, which scares us a little bit with Parasong, but Bone Club continues to dominate, and we win our 6th gym badge. We continue into the rainy section of Route 120 and head towards Lily Cove City. Our Route 121 encounter is a Ralts, which is perfect, because we could really use another special attacker to help out Manectric. And we knocked it out, okay. The Safari Zone is nearby, so we pay $500 to encounter a Sandshrew named SSL. This guy clips into this fence, and we speed into Lily Cove City and speed right back out. We only want the fly checkpoint right now, so we can get some more encounters in the routes south of Lily Cove surrounding Mount Pyre. We capture AGB the Aron on Route 122 and VMA the Victory Bell on Route 123. Heading into Mount Pyre, we find a Gligar. The Gen 2 ones are very distinct, so I'll give them that. And I knocked it the fuck out, nice. We speed into the Team Aqua Grunt fights and make quick work of Mischievous, Moltres, and worst of all, Psyduck. And then JFK the Vigoroth evolves. Having a Slacking without Truant is absolutely insane. It has stats on par with legendary Pokemon, and it will never loaf around and miss a turn. JFK is going to make the rest of this unpredictable run a lot easier. Stab Strength makes quick work of relatively bulkier Pokemon, including Arcanine, which gave us a little trouble earlier. We confront Archie, who escapes to Slateport, where we find him stealing a submarine. We head back to Lily Cove to confront Team Aqua, but first we capture SQL the Swallow. We head into the Aqua Hideout and make our way towards the stolen submarine. Aqua Admin Matt is here to stop us though, with his ever so daunting Pichu, Manectric, and Raichu. We head back to Lily Cove for the final May battle. Slacking continues his dominance over Caterpie, Typhlosion, which still shouldn't be a Typhlosion, Houndoom, and Pidgeot. This opens up the department store to us, so I check out what TMs are for sale. The one we care about is Facade, so I pick up one to teach to JFK. Yep, you know exactly what's coming up. First though, we get our Route 124 encounter Welmer, who we nicknamed WWE. We land on the distant Moss Deep City and get the Super Rod, which doesn't really matter in this run because encounters are randomized anyway, but we can get high level Pokemon now. We encounter a Wartortle by fishing on Moss Deep City, who we nicknamed WGA. Then we get HMO8 Dive from Steven so we can start exploring the underwater routes. I temporarily add PPV the Mewtwo to the team to try to burn JFK the Slacking during a double battle. This will increase the damage Facade does by a lot, and it's already gonna do a lot. On top of that, I give JFK the Slacking a Choice Band, which locks her into Facade, but boosts its damage even further. I am planning to obliterate Tate and Liza as revenge for giving me a hard time when I played this game as a kid. We navigate through the gym and wow, the Gyarados is trying to learn Drill Peck upon leveling up. This is actually amazing because Drill Peck is more powerful and accurate than Fly. We might have found Gyarados' new main move. Tate and Liza stand no chance at this rate. They send out Spoink and Mew. JFK's max power Facade only deals a little over half Mew's health, and Spoink is doing much more damage than I expected to both of our Pokemon. I underestimated how much Sandstorm and Burn have been doing, and it starts getting pretty close. Oh no! Oh my god! Oh my goodness! Slacking was supposed to sweep the whole run! That was the worst loss all run. It was super preventable and it was all my fault for not managing Slacking's health more carefully. LGA the Aerodactyl comes in for vengeance and we win our 7th gym badge along with TM04 Tail Glow, which again raises special attack by 2 stages. Definitely a great TM to get. We heartbreakingly deposit JFK into the dead box and evolve WWE the Wailmer into Wailord, and head north for our Route 125 encounter, which is Marshtomp, a great versatile addition which we nickname MMA. We head inside Shell Cave and find EPA the Electrode. Next we head towards the expansive water routes between Moss Deep and Pacifidlog. On Route 127, we find SSH the Spheal. On Route 129, we find K the Quillfish. On 130, we find WCW the Whooper. On 131, we find GOG the Grimer. On Pacific the Logtown, we find FDA the Feraligator. On 132, we find ADA the Abra. On 133, we find LED the Ladian. On 134, we find TBD the Togetic. And back up on 126, our encounter is IBS the Illumies. It's time to head to Pseudopolis City because I like getting the flight checkpoint before doing the seafloor cavern quest, so we surface in Pseudopolis and capture an Ivysaur named IPA. Now we head to Seafloor Cavern where our encounter is PID the Pidgeot. We navigate the strength puzzles to reach Aquaad and Shelly, but her Scyther and Venonat are no match for Gyarados and his new Drill Peck. We come face to face once again with Boss Jonathan, whose Execute, Cradily, and Cacturne all go down to wow the Gyarados' Drill Peck. Archie, having the big brain that he does, uses the Red Orb to wake up Kyogre, which causes massive downpours, so we have to head to Pseudopolis City where Steven and Wallace are waiting for us at the Cave of Origin. We capture PBA the Poliwrath inside the cave and head deeper to calm the raging Kyogre. Kyogre looks a little different though, so I just run away and the world is saved. I head inside the Pseudopolis gym to challenge the 8th and final gym leader Wallace, the final hurdle before the Pokemon League. I'm actually going to show you the entire fight from start to finish, cause it gets a little weird. Oh, he's fucking dragon type. Oh my goodness. Yikes. Okay. How fitting that the last trainer is the dragon turn. Oh god. Oh my goodness, dude. Not now, not now, come on. Ooh, no, 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 no. Okay, don't boost. Good. Oh, yikes, man. Should we have Hypnosis? I don't know. Don't crit, man. I died to a crit there. So not gonna be the sweep I thought it was. Damn. What the fuck? No! What? Okay. It's gonna have the same moveset, basically, so... Oh my goodness, dude. We could Thunder, but we risk... Let's just go. How is that randomized, bro? I could have sent out thing Aggron, but we hit Thunder. Let's go. That did a lot of damage, bro. Come on, man. 2 Kingdras back to back. Fuck. Oh god, no. No, 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 no. Don't do this. Come on, get it over with. Let's go. If he was going to heal, he would have healed on the last turn, so. And okay, this match is bugged. 3 Kingdras back to back. I'm not understanding how. Did it just replace Celio with Kingdra? That sucks. 3 Kingdra back to back. I smell shenanigans here. Don't get the Omni boost and we can crit it with the... Not crit, but crunch it. Oh god. We could have thundered. Oh, I'm gonna have to swap out. 3 Kingdras back to back, dude. Alright, now we sent out Aggron. I guess that's the only dragon type it can call upon, I guess? I don't know. Metal Claw's not gonna do anything. Yeah. We just have to chip it down. I gotta have patience. Not having patience has been killing me. Okay, we got a attack boost. That's good. But let's do a little more. We'll probably flail at some point. Hopefully flail does enough. Yeah. Okay. And here comes the 4th King Joy. Okay, that was... Flail might, oh. Oh, yes! Max power flail, probably? That didn't do shit. Okay, let's swap out. Yep. We gotta go with Aerodactyl. Well, we don't have to, but... we should go with Aerodactyl. I could belly drum here, honestly. Unless it has something better it can use against me, like Thunderbolt. Bro, come on. And that's the final gym leader down. That was a little bit scary, but we are good. There's a few more encounters we can get before the Pokemon League. We head to Route 108 and capture NPC the Nincada, and inside the abandoned ship we find Zaza the Zigzagoon. At Route 105 we find PK the Pikachu because I'm running out of nickname ideas. Mattering even less is SRY the Sunkern at Evergrande City, and our final encounter of the run is WMA the Wingull inside Victory Road. We make our way through Victory Road without any crazy battles. Well... oh... We continue our trek through Victory Road and arrive at the final trainer before Wally. Here's how that went. Okay, goodbye Whiscash. Alright. We're down one member heading into the Wally fight, and he has a team of 5. First up is Kecleon, who goes down to 1 drill peck by Wow the Gyarados. Wailmer, Wurmple, and Oddish are also one-shotted. But then... oh my goodness. Thankfully, it goes down to an eruption by TNA the Manectric with little issue, and we beat the final Wally fight. We head into the Pokemon League, stock up on items, and make some changes to our team. Our final team ends up being LGA the Aerodactyl, WoW the Gyarados, WWE the Wailord, MMA the Swampert, LAX the Latias, and Bag the Shelgon, who was 1 level away from becoming a Salamence, but the first Elite Four fight has a level cap of 49, so we won't have Salamence for the first fight. Hopefully we won't need it. Let's find out. Sydney starts off with the Lombre and goes down very quickly to a fly from LGA. Its little brother Lotad follows him shortly after. Cacturne takes a little more effort, but LGA is more than qualified for the job. Oddish withstands a fly after its ability Color Change transforms it into a flying type, meaning I only did neutral damage instead of super effective damage. Meganium is definitely not going to be easy to take down, even more so with its Detect, but a few Strains does the job just fine, and with that, we defeat Sydney and head on to Phoebe. Now that our level cap is higher, we evolve our bag into Salamence and lay down the challenge. Phoebe starts off with the Wingull. Definitely not a threat, but I belly jump to max out my attack stat because I want to be prepared for what's next. And thankfully I did, because next out was... okay, Citrus Berry. Oh my shit. Turns out there was nothing to fear because LGA the Aerodactyl comes through with an amazing crit to one-shot that Dragonite. Fearow comes out next and quickly goes down to a fly. And Ninjask goes down to his strength as well as Murkrow. winning us the battle with Phoebe. Next up is Glacia, and she starts off with the Vibrava, but it doesn't stand a chance against LGA the Aerodactyl. It does get off a paralysis though. Next up is Marshtomp. Oh! No! Aerodactyl! Oh my god. Alright, this won't be the sweep I thought it was gonna be. In the running for MVP of the Nuzlocke, LGA the Aerodactyl goes down to a crit Iron Tail. WWE the Wailord comes in and he seems very interested in setting up Calm Minds and Giga draining away Marshtomp's entire life force and ancestry. WWE then surfs away Geodude and Numble for ×4 damage. Last out is Gligar, who thankfully misses with Hypnosis and goes down to a Surf. Glacia is out of the way. We're one member down going into the penultimate battle of the run. We head into Drake's room and he starts off with a Venonat. We take this opportunity to set up Calm Minds just in case, but Venonat decides to do the same thing, so we take it out before it can get too dangerous. Next out is Silcoon, and it's really funny seeing such an early game Pokemon at level 54. Pinsir's out next and his Sandstream ability whips up a Sandstorm. We Flamethrower the Pinsir and Anorith is out next, but Surf quickly knocks it out. Last out is Venomoth, which means we've beat Drake and the Elite Four. Finally, the champion, Steven. The hardest battle in the game. The one that gave us all trouble when we were younger. Time to crush him. Steven starts out with a Skiploom, and we send out Wild Gyarados. If his whole team is grass, we win the hardcore Nuzlocke. Gyarados' sharp beak stab drill peck is way more than enough to knock out Skiploom, revealing Ludicolo, which means this team is grass, and this fight is pretty much over. Oh my god, and I'm so confident. Hadn't seen a Breloom all run. We probably did. We hadn't seen a Shroomish all run, I don't think. Well, next Nuzlocke, next randomized Nuzlocke, I'm definitely turning off the type themes. And this is not even a challenge. This ain't even clip worthy. This is whack. This is trash. That is level 58. Okay, this is the Metagross. Yeah, I have to turn off the type theming in the future runs because that was easy. And with that, we have beat my first randomized Nuzlocke. We enter the Hall of Fame and celebrate the team that got us here, and by the team that got us here, I mean WoW the Gyarados and LGA the Aerodactyl. Looking back, we definitely over-prepped for the Elite Four, but in a randomizer, you never really know what's coming up, so we had to be ready. We did lose several good mons, but only due to my own negligence instead of actual difficulty. Let me know in the comments what rule changes I should make for the next run to make it more challenging. We're definitely going to be banning legendaries next time to make it more interesting. With that said, all that's left is to deposit LGA the Aerodactyl into the dead box, and to say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the run and the banter, please like and subscribe. I'm a small channel right now, so a little bit goes a long way. Follow me on Twitch to catch these streams live and interact with me. The next run is likely going to be a Fire Red Leaf Green randomized hardcore Nuzlocke, so follow me on Twitch to watch it all happen live. The link is in the description.